Hi guys, I'm Woodcraft Hamster and I thought I'd do a quick video for you today just to introduce you to my new camera. Now I picked this up in a sale online. It is a Sony DX80 and it's the sort of the cheaper version of probably a slightly better known camera, which is the Sony RX100. It's very similar, almost identical in fact, certainly in looks. It doesn't have quite as many features, the video quality is not quite as good, the processor, etc. And I'm not really going to go into a load of technical specs today. I just really wanted to show you what it is, why I've bought it. I'm going to use it to film a little bit of this video later on, just so I can kind of get a feel for the quality and how it works. It's still very new to me. I'm not really familiar with Sony as a brand for this kind of thing, so it's probably going to take me a while to get used to. And I just want to kind of see what the video quality is like, what the sound quality is like here in my workshop, because that's primarily where I'm going to be using it, as well as maybe out and about. But what I'll do, I'll bring the camera just a little bit closer in and I'll give you a closer look. Right then guys, so here it is. This is the Sony DX80. Now this is certainly from my research a pretty well regarded camera. Specifically takes pretty good photos, but it's also very good for vlogging, which kind of goes hand in hand with kind of YouTube, which is one of the reasons I bought it. And the big feature for me, and I'm not going to spend loads of time going through features and settings on this because A, I don't really understand them yet, and B, that's not really the purpose of this video. But the big thing for me about this camera is this flip up screen, which means when I'm recording I can have it on my tripod or on a sort of selfie stick or something like that, and I can actually see what it is I'm recording, and that is the real big benefit for me. And I looked at other versions. I looked at the RX100, which would have been really nice, but it's kind of like 4 or 5 times more expensive than this. I looked at the Canon GX7 as well, which is a really nice camera, but again a little bit too pricey for me. And that's kind of the biggest selling point of this camera, I think, is that it's kind of a sort of a mid-range, cost-wise at least, camera for this kind of thing. Now it does have, let me just turn this on, it's got a pretty good lens on it. It's got a 30 times optical zoom, which is really nice because you get quite good image quality from it, at least from what I've seen. You've got all your standard kind of point and shoot video and photo modes, and you've also got a lot of other settings on here, so you can have aperture priority, program mode, what else have you got? Shutter speed adjustment, that kind of thing, and that's really useful for me if I'm playing around with photos, and also if I want to get a bit creative with video. I'm not really that way inclined. I'm much more of a point and shoot kind of guy, but that's kind of what I use it for. The screen flips down around the back here. You can have it at pretty much any angle you want, so if I'm kind of shooting over this way and I need to point the camera down a bit, I don't have to adjust my head too much because I can bring this up or down as I need to. And also, the quality of these videos, there are a number of settings. Let me just see if I can find those while we're talking. So basically you've got 3 settings on here. You've got MP4, which everyone will be familiar with, AVCHD and XAVC. Now I don't really know and properly understand the difference between these, but they are sort of different qualities. I'm going to be playing around with different modes over the next few weeks just to get a feel. At the moment, for anyone that's interested, I'm actually using AVCHD at 25p and 24 megapixels per second, and hopefully you can just about pick that up on the screen there. That seems to be what's working well for me at the moment. I have noticed that I tried recording a few sort of test clips with this, and some of them won't transfer over to my computer. As you know, I use an Apple Mac, and for some reason some of the video formats don't seem to like Apple very much. I've done a bit of research online. There seems to be some workarounds for that, but I need to play around with it. So I will see how that works out. But as I say, really this is just a a quick little look at this camera. You know, it's nice, it's portable, it's got a little sort of protruding grip on the front, which kind of helps you kind of hold on to it, and also if you're kind of holding it around the other way as well. And yeah, really for me, this is just a nice little portable camera. It will slip in a pocket. You know, it doesn't take up quite as much space as the thing that I'm filming with. Not that that's a big camera either, but this is just a lot more portable. And again, I can use this for still shots as well, which I'm hopefully going to be sort of putting up on my Instagram and Facebook page and things like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go and move this around a bit, set this up on the tripod, and I just want to take a minute or two's worth of footage with this camera just to see how it works within my workshop, because that's probably where I'm going to be using it the most. And you know, really I just want to see if it performs and the quality is as good as my camera here. Right then guys, so I've got both of these cameras now set up side by side at roughly the same or in fact exactly the same height, and I'm looking at both of these now through the viewfinders, and I've noticed that my normal camera, my usual one, the little handy cam thing, is a little bit more zoomed in just with its natural kind of framing. This one is zoomed out a little bit further, a little bit darker as well, but I don't know how that's going to pick up when it comes to putting this onto the big screen. Again, that's not an issue by any means. And yeah, you know, so far it looks okay. What I'm really interested in is when I put this up on the screen as you're watching it now, is whether this camera, which is my new one, or this camera, which is my old one, has better quality or different quality. I'm also really keen to find out what the sound quality is going to be like as well. I'm not 100% sure if it's possible, but what I'm going to try and do is put both of these videos side by side on the screen if I can. And if I can do that, then hopefully it'll give you a good comparison. If it won't, then what I'll do is I'll put my new camera's footage up first, and then I'll put my old camera's footage up just after, just so you can get an idea on quality. So really guys, that was it. I mean, this is the setting that I'm really going to be using this camera in. Obviously next time I go out and about somewhere, whether I go for a little wander in the woods or something, I'll take this with me. I get the feeling at the moment that this camera, the Sony, will work a lot better in brighter lighting. Certainly from the views I'm seeing on the screen here, that's probably going to be the case, but whether or not that's going to be an issue, I don't know. I mean, the camera got some really good reviews for video footage, video quality. Again, I still need to play with the settings a little bit, which I certainly will do over the coming weeks. I've just ordered a new memory card for the what is it? It's the sort of the high quality HD needs a certain speed memory card, which I didn't happen to have one of. So I'll be getting that hopefully in the next couple of days. But really guys, that was it. So a quick introduction to this new camera. As I say, I'll either put these two bits of video footage side by side, or if that's not possible, I'll show you just one after the other, kind of a few seconds of both, just so you can get an idea on the video quality. So I hope it was useful guys. If please leave me a comment down in the box below if you'd like to see more about this camera as I get used to it. If you're thinking about getting one, I mean, I picked this up for just under £200. As I say, there was a deal on, and I'm sure that there's constantly deals with this kind of thing. I would have liked to have got a much more expensive camera, but I can't really justify that cost at the moment. So that's why I went for this one. So as I say guys, hope it was useful. Let me know if you'd like to see more about my thoughts and views of this camera once I've used it for a bit, and I hope you'll all join me next time. Cheers guys.